Welcome back everyone. My name is Prem. I'm a chartered accountant working in Deloitte UK. Enough about me, this video is about you. Basically, I received a lot of messages recently from different professionals, different students as what's the scope of their field outside in the world, what job opportunities are there outside in the world, how they can apply there, what's the salary, a lot of questions when I was thinking about going to study or when they're looking to move abroad. So this video would basically be talking about all these factors in small details and giving reference to the specific videos or some other details or places where you should be looking forward to, and some insights from me as how you can think of a better career for yourself and then how to apply for the job. So see, this video is for everybody, no matter they are accountants, they are any other professionals. But of course I'm an accountant, so I'll be focusing on that perspective as how I should be looking forward to. We would also talk about this bit of interview side as well, once you start applying and going for the job, like what's the whole process, and then how you basically can land on a job, not like just starting the job. Okay, so let's get started with this. See, for a start, when you think about different careers, right, be it CA, be it ACCA, be it management accountants, any career, you're thinking on a job abroad. Now it's very important to decide at the very start, like which career gives you that opportunity, right? So CA, ACCA, management accountants all got very good opportunities outside, and of course other professionals as well in their respective fields. So there's not like any specific field. No, ACCA is not better than CA just because you want to go outside. CAs have equal opportunities. Similarly, management accountants do have opportunities in their field. All right, so opportunities for everybody. Now it's the matter of how you apply for it, how you search for it. So you see, I'll go to a lot of details, but before that, just want to highlight, if you're an auditor, basically somebody who's CA or ACCA especially, and you are working in firms basically. Now, when we see the job requirements here in UK, when they start hiring, they specifically mention two minimum requirements at minimum, right? Either you should be a qualified accountant, being CA or ACCA, or CFA sometimes they need it, but mostly CA or ACCA, and you have a firm experience of up to 3 to 4 years at minimum. So these are the basic requirements. There are a lot more requirements, of course, is each job description, but you need these minimum to qualify for any job. So any guy you're looking forward to go outside, this is something at a minimum you should be needing. So that's from the requirements. Of course, there are many more requirements, so I'm not going to talk about them in this video, but I'm going to share a link of that video in the comments and description as well, just so you want to see what's the whole process, how to search for a job, what is the criteria in detail, which firms hire, do firms give sponsorship, how much sponsorship firm give, etc. All those things I talk about in that video. I'm going to share that link. I also talk about some myths basically, does English really impact, if you're, of course, you're not an English speaking guy from outside, does that matter? Does your lack of confidence in English matter? Does your color, race, sex, or anything like that matter? So all these things I actually talk about in that video. I'm going to share that link, as I said, in the comments, the description, and you can watch that. Now, when we think about a job, okay, you know you're eligible. Now, how you apply? So, see, there are a few things. Number one, you need to go either apply directly on the website of the firm. So, if you go on the website of the firm, and I'm going to share all the links of big four firms. Basically, I made a videos, how to apply for that. Those firms, you can go and watch them and how to apply. That's the first way. You just go independently and apply that. Second way is basically reach out to someone. Basically, let's say I'm Deloitte, you can reach out to me. Okay, there's some job, you are eligible for that, and you want me to refer to you. I'm happy to, if the job is appropriate and your CV is appropriate for that role. And that's the second thing you can do. My LinkedIn profile link would be there in description. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Instagram as well. I'm happy to help. Similarly, if you're interested in any other firms, I'm happy to help you, be it UK, be it UAE. I can try my best. All right, so that's the second way, how to actually apply for that process or the job. Now, once you apply for the job, there's a whole process behind that, the interviews, the selection of the CV, interviews, onboarding, a lot of other details. So I'm gonna talk about this process in slight details and give you reference to specific videos that I have already made, how to go through the process. So see, when you receive the first call or email, there's always an assessment at all the firms, a digital assessment you need to do. When you are going through digital assessment, that is usually very simple, audit based, or it's kind of a theoretical, kind of psychological based, not difficult. If you are a 4-year trained auditor, you're pretty much able to do that easily. This is for the auditing departments. Some other departments might have a different phase of testing, but there is always some level of testing before interviews. Now, second step comes the interviews. There are usually 2 interviews when you go for it. Usually one at manager, senior manager level, and second one at usually partner, director level, right? At any firms. Now, what to do in interview is something, of course, to everybody. It's not, this video is for Big Four guys or those who are applying Big Four. It's for everybody, but I'm going to talk about a few things. So for any successful interview or any position, it's very important to do your best in the interview, right? Number one, how you open your interview, how you talk about yourself. Okay, this is me, but why somebody would hire you is something start from very start when you introduce yourself. If you keep your introduction boring, lengthy, or something does not appeal to you, then I think it would be very, very frustrating for the guy to continue the interview, and then because it's first impression, you made it wrong, right? So it's very important how you develop your first impression, how to introduce yourself. I'm going to share a link. I have made a video on this one, how you need to talk about yourself, what you need to cover in that. So go for that and have a look and practice that before interview. Is very important to do the practice. Now, second thing is, of course, the content of the interview itself. Different interviews involve different content and depends on who's the interviewer, manager, senior manager, director, partner, I don't know, but it depends. But the way, the type of questions, the style of interview is going to be same. You will either have those behavioral questions, technical questions, or these type of open-ended, closed-ended questions. Another video luckily I've already made back in time. You can go and watch types of basically the video is titled as how to ace your interview, Big Four interview. Talks about Big Four, but equally applicable for everybody who's watching the video. Go and watch that. Link is again in the comments and description. I'm going to talk about all the videos that I'm talking about in this video in the sections. Now, again, very important how you close your interview, right? It's very, very important how you close your interview. If you can't close your interview properly, there's still a very high chance you might reject it. So very important how you drive those questions you want to ask and how you ask them. Again, luckily, and video is there. I'm going to share that as well. So this is the interview process. If you got successful, then it's the process of onboarding, right? When you're coming here, I'm going to talk about UK because I'm here, but onboarding is usually, you have to be careful for every location. Now, for UK specifically, when we talk about onboarding, you need the sponsorship, the visa, and all this stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have any video on this one right now, but you can check about onboarding cycle, basically, what you need, sponsorship, etc., IELTS, etc., all in this one video which I talk about how to search job in Big Four. So you can watch that. That's a detailed video of 50 minutes and talks about everything probably. Now, what exactly steps are there? We haven't talked about that, but just be careful that you just need one sponsorship from the company who's hiring you. You need IELTS basically, and the score is probably I think 4.5 required for skilled worker visa in UK. And if there's any other country which might require higher score, right? So that's something you need to think of. These are two big things. And then number third is the TB test, tuberculosis. I'm not going to details, but you can go and watch that video. But this is something you should be looking forward to. All this, you will get the visa eventually if every requirement is fulfilled, and that should be fine. Now, the last question comes in the salary negotiations, right? What salaries are there? So again, there's a detailed video on my channel. I'm going to share the link as well, that how much salaries should you be expecting at least. Glassdoor is a pretty good website. I quoted some of those numbers from Glassdoor and some from personal experience and made a video. Link again in the description. You can check that out. But let's talk about how different firms are paying here, and then what's the progression cycle looking like. Okay, you go from AM to manager, senior manager, how salary moves. So that's something I covered in that video that should be really helpful for negotiations. there can be much more details to talk about, but I think I tried to give you a flavor of what the cycle looks like and where you can go and find those relevant videos and things that can help you in actual hiring abroad. I hope this is useful. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much.